Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I am Dori, and today we are back with some more of the Magic SMP. If it ain't love, why does it feel so good? Why does it feel so good? And as you guys can see, this is the first video you guys will be seeing with the face cam. I actually recorded a few last week, but you guys haven't seen them yet. So this is the first one, and I am wearing my Pugly sweater. I don't know how well you guys can see it. I'm wearing my Pugly sweater. But yeah, I have a pug sweater on. This is my Christmas ugly sweater. And I also have my hat on again. But this is the first time you guys are seeing it or hearing it. Which there's going to be a lot of jingles in the videos for the Christmas. I am sorry. But, you know, maybe the mic won't pick them up as much because it's just considered like background noise. But who knows? So, today, on Mining with Dori, we are going to go ahead and be talking about another topic, and that topic is going to be to get to know me a little bit better. It's going to be like my family history, who I am in a way, through I guess through my ethnicity in a way, through like my heritage, what I have been, what I was born from and everything. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to go ahead and go down here. I shouldn't go down this aisle because this one's a bad aisle. But yeah, so in my family's history, we are actually, I'm Hispanic, as I'm pretty sure I've made it fairly clear to most of you guys. I am Hispanic. I am Hispanic in the way that my family came from Spain, and then they moved out here, and then, so I don't think I'm considered technically Latino, but Hispanic, I am most definitely considered that. So that's how that all kind of works. How much more lava is here? A lot. Okay. Let's not mind that way, I guess, that much anymore. Auto jumping is on again? Are you kidding me? No, it's not. Then why was I jumping up there? Maybe I don't know. I'm confused now. But yeah, so I am Hispanic. I've been born and raised as being considered Hispanic. Even if I look very white in, my coloration, I am still Hispanic. I can assure you guys of that. But yeah, that's what I am. And my family, I don't know exactly how long ago they moved out here, but it had to have been a really long time ago, because my family just always lived out here. None of us really remember of any family members talking about stories from Europe at all. So that means my family has had to have lived out here for a very, very, very long time, in my opinion. So none of us really know how long ago we moved out here. And yeah, so recently what I decided to do was I decided that I was gonna take my ancestry test, because that was something that I'm really interested in and I've really been wanting to do for a long time. So I am taking my ancestry test right now. I actually sent it in. If you guys don't follow my daily vlog channel, go follow it. That's where I did the little vial thing and everything, if you guys actually want to see that. But I did do that, and it was very fun, I guess, in a way to do it. And I'm very excited to get my results back, which I feel like they're going to be very delayed because I sent it in around when all the sales happened. So they probably got an influx for the year of people buying them and sending them in. But it's going to be really cool, as I'm really interested to see if anything, if I have anything from, say, I get a 99% DNA match with someone from, well, maybe not 99, because that means that they'd be a brother or sister or us parents, but a high level, an 80 to a 90% match with someone from Spain. Who knows, maybe I'll meet a new distant family member, where our family split off a long time ago, where my family moved out to the Americas and their family stayed in Spain. Or maybe I'll find out, which I don't think this is gonna happen, but maybe I'll even find out, oh hey, I'm not Spanish, I'm actually Italian, or I'm actually something else. I don't think that's gonna happen. I kind of doubt that's gonna happen, but you never know. It's always a possibility, which is kind of insane to think about, because I'm pretty sure some people have probably found out, oh hey, I'm this, but I've always thought I was this, since I never would have thought that I was this, blah 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 blah. Well, I know for a fact that I'm Irish, part Irish, or if maybe not Irish, at least from somewhere in like the area, like maybe Scottish or English, or like I guess British, or and I am also part Native American. I don't believe they have enough data. I don't think there is enough data points to pinpoint like what tribes and stuff your ancestors were from, but I believe I am part Navajo, possibly part Cherokee. I believe that's what I've been told. As far as I know, I really don't show it at all if I am any portion of Native American, but that's what I've been told, is that I'm pretty sure I had a I think my great grandpa's great grandpa was Native American. I'm pretty sure it was a Navajo Native American person. So, or great grandpa or great grandma. I don't know which exactly. But yeah, as far as like mouth to mouth information goes, I only know my family spanning back into the 1800s, which seems like a long time away, like a long time ago. But when you think about it, that was only a little over a century ago, during the 1800s. And that's like my grandparents or my great grandparents, grandparents, and great grandparents were from the 1800s. I think the oldest relative I found is from the 1840s, or that like my grandparents like just know the name of. And then the other day I actually went on to like Ancestry, and they allow you to like at least like look up your your family name and like all the census, like where they were and stuff. And I looked it up the other day, and I found out that like from my least because like some of the last names in my family are the most common last names you will ever find. Literally like thousands upon thousands, probably even a million or so people in the country have the same last name. So I looked up the less common last name, the maiden name of my grandma, and I found the only matches I found were in the States. There were none. I think there was one from Mexico, but that makes sense. We're Spanish speakers. We used to be part of Mexico. That might have been the family member that decided to move to Mexico. But also, the thing about that last name is that, in a way, it's disappearing. Because no one has that name anymore. So, it's in the way, like, there's no more, I guess, men to pass on the name to their children. So in a way, that name is disappearing ever so slightly. I think the last one, like, I don't believe any of the family relatives, like, my family members I know of, like, my grandma did have one brother. I don't know if he had a son or not, though, is the thing. I know that she has a brother. I don't know if he has a son or not, or if he has, like, a daughter or a son or what, or if they even kept his last name, or if they hyphenated their last name, or what they did. But yeah, so that's something that's kind of insane, I guess, because that last name is probably going to disappear, at least from the States, within the next, who knows, then the next probably about 50 to 100 years is probably going to disappear altogether from the States, which is insane. But also there was one person who was in California. That's where their census record came from, or records was from California. And also the youngest one, I think, was born, I think it was my grandma's, and my grandma's like brother, like siblings. I think it was her and her siblings were like the newest, like youngest ones in that census area, which is pretty insane. Okay, so that's like for my grandma's side. On my grandma on my dad's side. From my mom's side, I know our family has also been living out here for generations, at least into the 1800s. That's as far back as I figured out. And yeah, so that's how long they've been living out here. I'm pretty sure they were part of the original colonies, because I'm just going to tell you guys, because you won't be able to find my parent, like my family or anything through this, because they have like the most common Spanish last name in the world, I'm pretty sure, and that's Garcia. And yeah, so that's the most, like, literally the most common last name. I'm pretty sure that's Spanish, because it was, you know how like we have like Jane Doe and John Doe, like the last name is Doe for unknown person. In the Spanish world, that's Garcia. So that was in the Spanish medieval world, that was Garcia. If they didn't know who it was, they just give them the last name Garcia. And so that's like the origin of the last name. And a lot of people kept it, and it stuck as family names. And a lot of the colonists that came over had that last name as well. So Garcia is just like one of the most common names now, because there were so many Garcias back then. Maybe there weren't a ton of them. There's probably around like maybe 500 of them that probably passed on their last name that weren't related. But now that 500 has multiplied to be probably about a few million in the United States with the last name Garcia. Or like in between the United States and Mexico, there's probably like a million or a few million at least, easily. But yeah, so on that side, I did actually trace one of my relatives, and she had the last name de Los Angeles. Los Angeles. So her last name was of the Angels is what it translates to. Her last name is just like of the Angels, which is really cool. Maybe she lived in Los Angeles, or maybe like when it was first founded, or maybe she was part of the founding family in Los Angeles. I don't know. Or maybe they didn't know her last name, but they knew that she was from Los Angeles, so they changed it slightly. Instead of saying Los, they said Los. I don't know for sure like why that was a thing. But yeah, that's probably the most interesting last name that I've traced back. And she was from like the 1800s. So I think that was pretty interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much like my family tree. There's also the Irish side. And there's like on my dad's side, I don't know very much about, because my grandpa on my dad's side, he was, I know he's part Irish, but mostly Spanish as well. I think he's actually half Irish, half Spanish. And I know that he had a lot of half siblings, and his adopted father, who like, or his stepfather, I guess, who he always considered his father, he gave us our last name. So like my last name, like it's not blood. It's not a blood last name. It's an adopted last name that was passed on through my grandpa. So yeah, I don't really know too much about his family. One of his sisters are trying to, well, one of his half sisters, she's trying to trace back the family roots, but obviously it's not going to be of my great grandpa. It's just going to be of her father, and also her mother, which is my great grandma, but I won't know anything really about the other side. And then since this video is starting to get a bit long, and I'm pretty sure there's not any places where I'm going to cut out really in this video, I'm going to go ahead and just like wrap it up a little bit now, I guess. Is that with my mom's side, on my grandpa's side, I don't know too much either. I know back to the 1800s as well, just like with the rest of them, but I don't know. I feel like I've met a lot of his family as well, but I feel like I haven't had as much interaction with his side of the family as I have had with my nana's side of the family, which is like, which I'm not going to say why it's ironic, but it is an ironic situation. But still, I don't think I've had as much interaction, so like I don't know very much at all about that part of the family. The paintings for the Christmas version are nice. That actually still goes with that and everything. Cool. Also, I didn't have this like in that, but in this I now have this painting, which is really cool. So yeah, that's basically like my family roots. I know I'm Spanish, I know I'm Irish, and I know I'm Native American. Past that, I don't know. I'm very interested. I know I'm gonna probably have some Arabic or Middle Eastern people in me, like Middle Eastern blood in me, even if it's like 0.01% or something like that. I know that's gonna be there because was it the Arabs, or was it was Arabs, right? Or I don't know. I don't know the history because I'm not from Spain, but I know Spain at one point was invaded by other people, like they were invaded and they were conquered for, I believe, like 500 years. And then Spain eventually united into the country we know it as today, because it used to be a bunch of smaller countries that were divided up, and then eventually they united, I believe, to drive out those people eventually, because they were like the oppressed minority, I guess. The Spanish, like the pure-blooded Spanish people, were the oppressed minority. So yeah, I don't know the history for sure. If you guys know it better than me, good for you, but I don't know it for sure, so don't take completely my word on it. If you guys want to know more about the Spanish stuff, you can research it. But yeah, so I know I'm gonna have some of that blood in me. I wouldn't doubt it if I had some Italian, some French, some Portuguese, which I think French and Portuguese are both considered in the same region as Spain, like in the Balkan Peninsula. I don't believe Italian is, but I'm pretty sure French and Portuguese are both part of that, as well as Spain. At least Spain and Portuguese. At least Spain and Portugal are. So yeah, that's as far as I really know, and that's as far as I can really think of. But who knows? Maybe I'm like part Japanese or something. I don't know. But I hope you guys did all enjoy this video, and if you did, don't you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sorry it was a little bit longer, but there's a lot to my family history, and I wanted to share it with you guys so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. But yep, I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and if you did, don't you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys all next time on my channel. Bye!